fantastic to have you with us here, Christine Foden, to present your own books. We love it, having the day with you and the other people here in the room. But we wanted you to present, together with Anna-Lena, a little bit what your books are all about. So why don't you...
How precious. Well, you've seen what the season's about, so I'm going to try and stick to what the book's format is, really. We always start, as I said, at the beginning with the active wear book. We're working on the Autumn-Winter 25 right now. So our format is the introduction of the waves, much as I did with the presentation. And our waves have the cotton swatches. So everything is dyed for D.cipher. We do give the Pantone references. They're not always accurate. Look at the back. They've got a star. Double star means this is an alternative.
But it's very helpful for clients. They really like some.
I get that. I get that. And we do have the swatch service too. I mean, I have a lot of swatches, but I know that people, go to Pantone. They're also useful for me. So that's the format, is how the colours evolve. So we take them through.
Is it 10 families? 10 colours?
Yes. I always try and make it 10. So you might find a page like before where we actually had 6 browns. That is 6. And sometimes there are just 4, like on the blues. And that doesn't mean, not in this book, but in the women's. And that doesn't mean that they're less important. If we only have 4, it means that you only need those 4. So in Activate, we tend to spend a little bit longer evolving the trend and explaining how that has come about. I know, personally, I always feel, because, I'm not doing all of the research, my team are, having the references is like that great trigger point for where you take your research. And I know for some people, being able to explore further from the influences we've given is really key.
It's so helpful.
Yeah. For other people, it's more about, the actual clothes, the visuals, etc. So, we do explain the background and, break down where we were thinking when we started. And then we show the colour as a mood, what we call the colour mood, and then the colour plays. So how we break down those colours. And those are all fabric swatches. They don't have a lot of tape behind them, so you can if you wish.
No.
If you wish, you can remove them and use them on your boards. I know how much tape's behind them because sometimes I'm sticking them myself. It's a bit like baking a cake, as Raquel was saying to me earlier. So we are involved in all the ingredients. So this shows the evolution of that story, giving a key statement for each. And so we always have 5 trends. We have 5 stories because 4 seems too little, 3 is definitely too little, 6 is too many. But somehow we managed to get all our influences into that.
It's perfect.
5 areas. And because some of those areas may not be relevant to certain customers, so at least you might have 4, areas. Now, we changed the format for the colour waves in the men and women. So they actually both follow the same format, which we've done colour moods for the first time and cut down the pages.
It's very neat.
Yeah, well, and it gives you a lot more images in the image bank, digital files to play around with. In men, we did decide to just go for a very commercial route this season and based it all around travel and the places that he dreams of, because men do tend to purchase based on some idea of where they're going to be, or they repeat buying the same things.
Jumping into the first concept.
Yeah, she's rushing me along, but it's a good idea, or else I'll do a full presentation again, which you've already had. And
So the first story.
first story, just one spread of influences, and then we go to
Yummy, yummy.
the colour, mood. This season there were two parts to the colour moods
You have the
in the menswear book at the first story, and the rest only had one. So really, it's a colour, how the colour has evolved and how it applies to certain items and garment categories.
Yeah.
So we have analysed it.
It's a beautiful story, by the way.
Yeah.
We like
I
it
don't
a
know
lot.
how
There
much
we go.
to show.
No.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
maybe we
I think
move
because
on
you've
to
seen
Win.
a lot of them, but you can also see that we didn't use all the images in the presentation. And so same in the women's. We've except the story was around, as I already told you, cocktails.
Fabulous story.
These are normally colour families, but this season I was in love with showing oranges with yellows because I see them also as an extended story. And the same happened on the second one here.
You get very thirsty.
So we get the colour mood.
The drinks.
Yes. Oh, so many cocktails to try. So yeah, that's how the book evolves. It's really quite logical, but you know, the importance is in those colours.
Yeah.
For us, you know, the thing that I'm very passionate about is trying to get some more colour out there. Please, can we have a little more? And then trends in women's followed the Activate, as I said earlier. We've got nice big swatches here for the colour moods, and then each spread describes a certain aspect of that palette.
Yeah. And market.
Yes, and we've got, you know, pattern designs. And
Yeah, I mean the second story here now.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's very product related, which is lovely as well. So it's
yes,
really down to
Yes.
details.
breaking it down to a kind of mini range, really, in women's wear, as opposed to item driven in men. It's more about that's a kind of mini range that we'd see hanging together in store.
And that's really
I think
lovely.
this is very
Yeah.
helpful for
Yes,
clients. how
there you go. Yes,
present
so you've
the-
got this, you know, a range of tops going on there, but they're in quite a compact group of colours. So
So
that is the way we're thinking when we put the books together.
thank you so much, Christine. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense to have it described by you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Can
And
I just mention that next week we will have the Activate for winter 25-26 for those who works early with
Yes.
fashion
yeah,
sportswear.
so we're
Yes.
talking mid-November for those of you who listen.
Kind of.
Oh,
later.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
by the end of the week, we'll have some of the early books out.
Yeah, so never ending,
So-
just diving into new seasons and
Yes.
new years. And very soon it's going to be end of this century. But anyway, thank you so much, Christine. Lovely. And yeah, we're here for you.
Yes.
And
And you
soon-
can always contact me
Yeah,
direct
yeah.
and with any questions.
yeah, or we pass them on to you.
Yes.
No problem. We love interaction.
Yes. If I can answer it, I will.
You will. You're always very kind.
All right. Well, I was
Creative.
so grateful for the opportunity to be here again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are as happy. Thank you very much.